Welcome back. I'm Vern, W8VHS, and I'm going to install a mobile ham radio in my new to me 2019 Ram 1500. I bought this vehicle about the end of January, and I've been mulling over what I'm going to put in it for amateur radio since that point. And once I decided, the last couple months I've been gathering up the parts and supplies, and I've searched around on YouTube looking for some detailed videos on specific things I wanted to do, and I really couldn't find any complete detailed videos. And I have two friends that both have Ram pickup trucks. One's a 3/4 ton and one's a half ton. And they were kind enough to show me how they've installed their radios. So I took that information and what I could glean off of YouTube, and I came up with a plan. And today is the beginning of that plan. I'm going to start with installing my antenna mount, which is an NMO that I purchased from Antenna Farm, and it should attach right here with this 10mm bolt. And from there we're going to try and run the coax inside the fender and into the cab part of the truck. Now this truck has been very good to me so far. I went from a 1995 Ford F-150 8-foot box, which I'll cut in the video and you can see that, to this, which is a big change. The wife drives a Chevy Suburban, but this is a huge change for me. And I'm hoping that this series of videos will give someone else a clearer idea on at least how I'm doing it. And it just so happens that a couple days ago I'm cruising through YouTube and I see John Krutz, Communications and Cigars, is starting an install series for his 2022 Ram pickup. So it'll be interesting to see how close these two things are. But stick with me, and we're going to give it our best shot. And I'm sure this video will be in segments, maybe even different videos, depending on how long it ends up being. I'm going to have to edit it and cut it out if it gets too long, because everything I'm doing here is new to me. The only antennas I've ever installed was a mag mount on top of our Suburban, and I ran that 25 watt Redivus radio off the cigarette lighter. This is completely different. I'm going to run this off the battery, directly off the battery. I'm going to try and hide the cables once I'm satisfied with the location of everything. And if it isn't the way I want, or it doesn't work out quite, then I'll move it, and I'll make a video on that as well. But I think this video is probably going to be multiple parts or multiple videos. But stick with me and we'll get right back to it. I'm back. And what I have here is a passenger side fender mount NMO that I bought from Antenna Farm. I think I bought it through their eBay site. And the actual NMO mount, I believe, is a Browning that I ordered off of Amazon. What we're going to do is we're going to take out this 10mm bolt, and we're going to put that right there. And then after I snug that down, we'll check the clearance from the hood. I'll lower the hood and we'll check the clearance, because we don't want the hood banging into the mount and doing any damage to the body of the vehicle. So, new to me. Let's get started. My son-in-law always kids me that my tools are older than him. And in some cases that's correct. But this metric stuff isn't older than him. The metric is new to me. Just since amateur radio and antennas and things of that nature. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a couple of holes. I don't know if it focuses. There's a couple of holes in this bracket, which I'm assuming are for a self-tapping sheet metal screw if you wanted to anchor it better. I'm not going to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. You may hear other neighborhood noises in the video that I don't have any control over. There's some folks out doing yard work and things like that. So I'm just going to snug this up. And before I tighten it down, I'm going to bring the hood down and see how my clearance is. Well, it seems to be hitting it a little bit. So I'm going to move this way a little bit if I can. That maybe moved 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if you can see that or not. But let me snug it back up and bring it down again. There is a little bit of play in it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if vibration is going to cause it to damage the paint on the hood or the body, the fender. I guess I'll have to look into that a little further. But at least there, the hood will close without impacting the mount. Let me go open the hood again. We're going to go with it right there, and maybe I'll find a piece of foam or something. Might give it a little cushion. But we'll go with that right there for now. using a 3/8 drive ratchet here. I considered a 1/4 inch because in times past doing different things I've been known to crank it too much and break it off, but I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, it's got a little motion to it. Here's the other end of the coax. I think we'll pause the video right here while I examine where I'm going to put it through. There's no reason to use up video for that. Once I determine the path, then I'll bring you back to the video. Stay with me.